Yo, okay, so this is the first Femboy Friday of 2024. At least the first one that I'm streaming for because last Friday I was busy doing other things. And no, I don't tell what I do when I'm not doing music stuff. I don't tell what I do because that's what keeps the little bit of mystique and the little bit of mysterious vibes going that I have surrounding me. But as you saw, probably, I released Infamous. Probably the most scandalous song I have ever made. And that's saying a lot considering I made something called Rule 34, am I right? Also, Ode to the Haters. But I gotta say, the cover artwork for Infamous is more scandalous than the cover artwork for Rule 34 or even Ode to the Haters. Because it took one of my friends a long ass time to realize what exactly the cover of Ode to the Haters even is. And Rule 34 is anime, so it's naturally not as controversial as the shit that I just put out. But hey, it passed all the regulations, it passed all the censors, like, it's good. Because I looked up all that shit, like, the rules, like what you can and can't have on cover artwork, and so far I have not gotten anything banned. Nothing of mine has been like pulled yet ever. Please, now that'll probably happen. Now that I said that it's never happened, it's some shit'll happen and it'll get somewhere will give me a problem. But TikTok's the only site that even censors the Rule 34 photo, and all I gotta do is just like pan it up a little bit, make sure the lower region ain't in the profile picture, and it's fine. So it's not the fact that it says Rule 34 or the suggestivity of the font. It's literally just the clever censor that I put to the genital area. Apparently they don't like that. Apparently that's still too provocative. But that's okay. But that's also why I use Reverb Nation to release my music. Their censors are a little bit more lenient than some of the other self-release sites. I've heard of stupid shit being banned when you use like what's the other one, like DistroKid or something like that. I've heard some stupid stories that happen to people, so that's why I don't use those. Reverb Nation has been really good to me, so I'm gonna stick with what I know. So I don't know. Let's be on. Oh. um. But yeah, I. That's the main thing I got going on right now, and I have an announcement. I am. I guess I'll announce it now because it's like 6 weeks away. Six weeks away. Yeah, it's a good time to announce it. If you follow my Instagram or any of my social media really, but I post more on Instagram. I was selected to perform at the 312 Awards, and I'm super excited about that. The only problem is I have to clean up clean versions of my songs. So like I have the choice to do like 6 minute performance, but I can do either two songs, like the clean version of two songs, or I can do like a show mix like of a lot of different songs, again clean versions, which for me that's easier to do because I can pick and choose which parts to do, because even though most of my songs have on this album have explicit content in them, the entire thing isn't that, if that makes sense. Like I can cut certain parts out, like Duality. There's really one line in Duality that's really that bad. If you're talking in that way, the only line in Duality that is actually explicit is the on the tongue. On the knees, tongue out, looking up, bent over in the window, fill me up. Always ready to take a load, but are you ready to go down my road? That's the part in Duality that has to go for this performance. Like that shit has to go. So I'm just doing the other part, the one that's like over you, looking down, pull it now. Under you, feeling it, do it now. Because I don't think that's that explicit. At least not to me. I don't know. Maybe my radar is just way fucked up to the point that something that even is explicit, I don't think it is. But I don't know. I feel like that will work. That's fine. That's suggestive. That's not explicit. There's a difference. I always make it like PG-13. Like if I'm cleaning up my shit, I'm always like, okay, I'll make it PG-13. It can still be suggestive. It just can't be explicit. I can't tell if they like did that because I'm loud or if it's because they just hit something. And like Rule 34, the part of it that I'm gonna do is the Japanese part. Although even the Japanese part of Rule 34 isn't even bad. I don't think it is. Again, maybe it's just me thinking it's not bad and it totally is, but I mean, there's one reference, I guess. I'm not going to say on this stream what that reference is, but if you know Japanese and you've read the lyrics or you've heard the song, you know which reference I'm speaking of that is, I guess, a little controversial. But as for the rest of that verse, I don't think it's bad. But yeah, what am I going with? I'm going with opening with Duality, as I always do. Just because the King of Shinjuku intro. That's why I like to open with Duality. And I feel like it sets the scene for what kind of artist I am. Teehee. Duality, Hurt Me Better. Which, again, Hurt Me Better doesn't really, has no profanity in it. It's not, it's just suggestive. Highly suggestive. But I think it's fine. Like, I think that's fine. And the suggestive parts in Japanese anyways, I don't really care. So, Duality, Hurt Me Better. Dying to Be Alive, which is not bad at all. Dying to Be Alive is my family-friendly song. Like, when I had to do a performance that was all ages, family-friendly, I picked Dying to Be Alive. Because I'm like, this is the only shit in my entire discography that I can comfortably perform in front of children. Because even my songs that aren't explicit, a lot of them deal with content that is like, I just don't feel comfortable performing around certain audiences, because a lot of my shit deals with like stuff like eating disorders and mental health and all the good stuff that makes me me. So Dying to Be Alive is the only one that I can comfortably perform in front of anyone. So I'm putting my favorite part from that in there. That's what I think I'm ending with. I think I'm ending with that one. My phone's charging, so like I have the list and like the lyrics to the mix-up that I've done on my phone, but I can't access it right now because the phone was almost dead. So later on in the stream, I will. I haven't made the backing mix yet, but I'll like do a very fucked up demo of what I'm talking about that I'm gonna do for that. That performance ain't gonna be 6 minutes. I think it's like 5.5 is what I got it to, and I'm like, that's good enough. That's fine. 5 to 6 minutes, 5.5. It's fine. Even if I did 2 of my songs, I still wouldn't get it to 6 minutes because I would have to pick something super long, and again, Dying to Be Alive is the only one that's like 4 minutes long. I mean, technically, I could just do it the easy way and do Dying to Be Alive and clean up Duality, and that would put me at exactly 6 minutes probably. But I don't want to do that. I want to make it a little more fun, a little more interesting, and a little more difficult on myself. What's more difficult than doing a medley of 5 songs that have nothing to do with each other? That's a lie. They do have a lot to do with each other. Except, again, Dying to Be Alive is just randomly in there. Everything else has, like, sexual undertones, and then Dying to Be Alive is just fucking there. Actually, Lifeless has no sexual undertones. I mean, if you take out the first line. Clearly, Lifeless opens with a line, but I change that often. I don't even always. The number of times I've performed Lifeless, I'd say I've performed it like 12 times total, and I've only used the actual version twice. Usually I change, instead of sucking dick out bat just to pay for the shit. Instead of saying that, I usually just doing what I can to pay for this shit, because people are still weird about sex work. So, and I said that on here. This thing's probably gonna get flagged too for me saying that. I definitely ain't ever getting monetized on YouTube again, that's for sure. I don't even try to censor myself. Okay. Now my stuff's working. Okay. So I had one viewer in here, and now I have none. Apparently, I chased them away. I don't know why I find that funny. I would not find that funny if that happened. If I ever, well, I am going on tour this year, by the way. Yeah, I'm going on tour this year. I don't know when yet. Probably like summer. I'm not sure. But when that happens, I definitely won't want people to walk away at that point. But in here, I just think it's funny. If it scares you away, the fact that I'm very blunt and explicit in my manner of speaking, then you don't belong here. Because I clearly have like every fucking trigger warning and disclaimer on this shit that I possibly can. Again, I love how everyone starts messaging me like once I start straightening. That's it happens every time. Every time. I also had people like wanting me to go out tonight. And I'm like, I'm not going out tonight. It's wet and cold and weird. Actually, it wasn't even that cold because I went for a walk because I did have plans today for something simple, and then it was canceled. So I was like, okay, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. That's just a sign I need to just stay in. When I do go out, it seems like nobody else is out. A lot of times that happens to me. And then when I don't want to go out, that's when people are saying, hey, are you going to go out tonight? I'm like, no. But I guess that's what I get when I say I'm out like every day. Which is true. I am out like 5 days a week. But oddly enough, Friday is not usually a day that I like to go out. Everyone's surprised by that. But see, Friday is a bad day for me mental health-wise, which is why I usually like to just stream and that's it. This helps me. I don't know why. It's therapeutic for me to just talk about whatever. Even if there's no one talking to me, I'm fine with just talking to myself. I know that sounds like the most conceited, narcissistic thing to ever say, but I don't mean it like that. I hated the sound of my own voice until I was 27 years old. Because I felt like I sounded like a child until I was 27 years old. And now that I don't sound that way anymore, I feel like I sound weird. Like I just don't sound like myself at times. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like me. But then I'm like, oh yeah, it does sound like me. I don't know. I go on the weirdest rants on here. That's why I say it's like 50% music production, 50% social commentary / at Jap 13 complaining about things. But the followers that I do have seem to like the fact that I complain about things. So I shall continue that. What else did I have to say or announce or do? Announcing again, the Break Me, I'll Break You music video came out. I also uploaded some special content onto my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Some baby at Jap 13, some blast from the past 10 plus years ago. Some cringe content. Cause I gotta own that shit. I ain't running from it no more. I ain't hiding that no more. That's who I was. That's what got me here. That's what got me noticed. Notice me, senpai. They noticed me, alright. I've come a long way since then, though. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with my hair just as messy looking, my demeanor just as embarrassing, and my words just as cringe. Not much has changed. But that's why when I even started this stream, like, what was my intro to it? I was like, it was something. Well, welcome back to 2011 was like my tagline at first, and then I said, yo, it's at Jab 13, not much has changed, yet somehow everything has changed. That's literally my life. Like, I look at the shit that I do, and I'm like, and then I compare it to those videos that I made back then. I'm like, you were the same fucking person. Like, you have not grown up at all. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I am actively criticizing myself, but yet I just don't do no better. I ain't fixing shit. I tried to fix my appearance, though. I really did. I put in an honest effort with that. Because I don't know what was wrong with me back then. People say, you were so cute and so shy and so innocent looking. And I'm like, I thought I just looked like a dork. And my hair was, like, always messy. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I did to that. It just looked... I can see why people made mad fun of me. Because I'm like... You would have thought I only owned one shirt because I wore the same fucking outfit in every fucking video. I'll own that. Like, I did that. And I had more clothes than probably anyone watching my shit did. I don't know why. I just wore that same shirt every time. Because, well, for one thing, I hated myself. Let's be honest. Real talk. Trigger warning. I hated myself. And everything about the way I looked. I had one shirt that made me feel confident with who I was, so I wore it all the time in the videos. That's what the deal was with that. So when people be on forums like, why does that Jap 13 wear the same thing in all of his videos? I just told ya. Because that outfit made me feel attractive. So that's what I wore in every damn video. Even though at that point, I'm sorry, when I was that age, it would have took a whole lot more to make that attractive. Which is why, again, I like take so much pride in like how far I've came, because I really feel like I made myself look better. But a lot of people tell me I made myself look worse, so I don't know. That's life. Then you got the people that think I'm in my 40s. That I legit there's an entire website of people that guess my age at 45, somewhere between 45 and 50. And I'm like, the fuck you on? Are you on crack? Honestly, they probably are, considering where they live and what their demographic is. But, because not crack, they're probably on meth. But anyway, that's a whole other story. It's a bunch of, like, old-ass people that should not be trolling anymore. They belong in a nursing home, not trolling on the internet. But that happens sometimes, I guess. They just don't believe that I'm as young as they say I am. Although I've never announced, like, how old I actually am on the internet. I've never actually told it. You can easily access things that have an age on them, but it's not ever true. That's another mystery that I like to keep going a little bit. And, the fact that people think I look like this and I'm already, like, 48, that's pretty flattering, honestly. That's a compliment. I don't know why they think that's an insult, because I definitely look way younger than 48. So if they think I'm 48, then that is a damn good compliment. I hope I look like this at that point. Like, I hope I still look like this at that point. The funniest thing is, though, none of these people must be able to do math, because I've told this hack like a million times on like my stream, my YouTube channel, and my social media. I'm like, I started the internet in 2006. I was a certain age in 2006. Everyone knows how old I was when I started trolling on the internet. Add the amount of years it's been since then. You can figure out easily how old I am, but nobody seems to be able to do any math on that site. So, they just guess random shit. Or they just want to guess wrong until I admit how old I am. I'm thinking that might be what it is. They're trying to, like, piss me off by saying I look like I'm 40 or something. I don't fucking know. They're doing some shit. But they ain't gonna get nothing out of me. And the prison stories, those are some fun ones. I don't know why I picked tonight to go through. Well, I do know why. When I do the Femboy Friday, I don't do music production. Usually, if I stream on Mondays, it's rehearsal for the show I'm going to do on Monday. If I stream on any other day, it's usually music production, recording, some tech stuff. You know, like I'm working on my stuff. When I stream on Fridays, it is my shit-talking stream. I literally am just talking for the sake of talking. There is no rhyme, no reason to this. It is literally me hanging out with myself. It's kind of therapeutic, like I said. I find it easier for me to vocalize my life publicly than it is for me to handle it privately. That probably made no sense at all. Let me change the approach on that. I am more honest when I feel like I'm being watched than I am when I feel like I'm not being watched. So when people talk about integrity, I'm like, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm actually like a good little boy when I'm by myself. It's all of you that makes me be such a degenerate heathen. I'm putting on a show, guys. I am an actor, after all. No, like, I've been asked to, like, for the show that I'm working on, film myself, like, my daily life. And I'm like, my daily life is very boring. I have the most mundane existence behind the scenes. So, like, even, like, once I make it, like, people will be like, that boring bitch. Like, the fuck, you liar. You thought your life was so exciting. And it's like, nah, I warned you. I said, I am like the most boring person ever in real life. I have a fun personality. Is that wrong to admit that? I do think I have a fun personality. But, because I'm kind of just down for anything all the time. I am one of those people that you can invite at the last minute. And most likely, unless I had something going on, I'm going to be able to go. Like, I am like that. But in general, I'm just like the most boring person ever. And I can't tell more insider secrets, but there's even more about, like, my public image that is not everything is what it seems to be. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to leave it there. Whatever your perception is about me, it's probably not true. That's all I'm going to say on that one. But the prison story, that's a fun one. I was gone from the internet for 4 years. Like, I'm talking fucking gone. Like, I did the whole delete fucking everything. I was just gone. There was not a trace to be found. And then I randomly popped back up with everything the same as before. Like, I just somehow just reappeared. Like, I never disappeared at all. And everyone was, like, saying that I went to prison during that time. I'm like... And so, like, I had to, you know, get him to say more, of course. I had to troll him a little bit with it. I'm like, okay, then what did I go to prison for? since that's the story y'all came up with. Why? Tell me. And I heard some crazy stories, man. I'm like, you really think I could do all that? Like, you think I'm that... I got that much power to do all that. The Yakuza affiliations were kind of funny, though. I've been accused of pretty much everything. But that's because I'm dealing with a bunch of, like, random middle-aged trolls that are now like senior citizens damn near. And first of all, these people should not have been interacting with someone that was 13 at that time. Like, they should not have been saying the shit to me that they were saying to me, because even back then they were already in their 30s. Well, the youngest ones were already in their 20s, but the older ones were in their 30s. Some already even in their 40s. And they were, like, saying some... I ain't gonna cancel nobody. But... It was kind of interesting. But see, I'm the type that doesn't give a fuck. Like, I have always been older in my mind in that way. And I was just like... Okay. It didn't affect me negatively. And I know, like, fucking people now would say, oh, that affected you. That's what's wrong with you. Fucking shit. And I'm like, no, that is definitely not what's wrong with me. People saying very inappropriate things to me on the internet as a young person is not what's wrong with me. There's a lot of things that are wrong with me, but I guarantee you they were already there. They were already there. Because I don't know if I should tell this alive. This could come back to haunt me, but fuck it. I've been, like, in anger management since I was, like, 13. I quit going, by the way. I don't know if that's a good thing. I quit going, like, when COVID hit, so, it's whatever. It's whatever. But it's just because I have an actually aggressive personality. Well, I have a passive aggressive personality. And after so long, that passivity turns into blatant aggression. And it's unpredictable. So it just build up, and then it's release. So that's what you're dealing with. And I try to be more active about moderating it. But unless I'm, like, isolated and not around anyone else, it's still going to come out eventually. It's going to come out eventually. And if it doesn't come out in person, it's going to come out online somehow. So what I try to do is channel it in a healthy way and use it for... This sounds so bad. I really do sound like I'm still... Oh, God. I try to channel it in a healthy way and just troll the trolls. The same trolls that trolled me when I was a kid, I troll them back now. Because they're all a bunch of old-ass losers. And I'm still young and cute. So I try to channel it in a healthy way like that. Most people would say, that's not that healthy. And I'm like, well, it's better than attacking the people I care about. It's better than actually beating someone up. It's better than a lot of things that I have done in the past. So, fuck out of here with that. No, but I'm actually pretty calm. I'm pretty calm in other settings. Just listen to Duality, will ya? Will ya? That's the one. That's the one. Like, of every song I've ever made, like, if I had to pick one to just represent me the most, it would definitely be Duality. Because I'm literally laughing at myself with it, but I'm also being serious. It's one of those things where I'm being dead serious. However, I'm also seeing the humor in it. If that... I think that's, like... I think that makes sense to say it that way. It's just one of those things where... Let me put these in so that I can play music on here. But yeah, it's one of those things where... I should just do a commentary. Maybe that's what this stream will be. I'll do a commentary on the meanings of each song on this album that I have coming out eventually. I feel so bad because I keep pushing the release date back, but that's also because I have one song left to do. Just one. But I've kind of changed the discography again. The song that I thought I was originally going to add onto this album, I'm saving for the EP because I feel like content-wise, it belongs more on the EP. because that stuff's supposed to be more serious and more like. Whereas this shit, the Demon of Shinjuku, is supposed to just be me being controversial and obnoxious about it. Where it's like more like I called it, it's my vanity album where I'm just like, this is me, notice me. Whereas the EP is actually meaningful and it's supposed to be taken more seriously, I guess. I don't know. Why is there a chord here? Where did this come from? What is this? I don't know. Okay. I noticed the most random things. Taking your pants off. Meow. 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 Oh, I'm also one of those infamous cats. Not a furry, but damn near close. Okay. Now we see if this is working. No, so I go over here. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I will be back. Oh no, the phone's off, so that's not interfering. I don't know what's happening. Again, like I said, my streams should just be like, watch at Chap 13 have tech issues for 2 hours. I am not good at this. I'm good at video editing, I'm good at music production. I'm not good at this. Wow. Now I'm meowing. Once I start meowing, I can't stop meowing. It's one of those. Because I did that when I was visiting someone over, like, before the holidays. I went to stay with family, and I was meowing. And it's an odd situation to have to explain, like, why you were meowing to your family. Yo, what's up? Yokoso, hajimemashite. Ata desu yo. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So, hey, welcome. This is... My stream is basically music production and social commentary and just me being me. Which, if you know about me, I like to talk a lot. And I talk about random things. And so far I've discussed my internet history and made some announcements. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to go through my upcoming album. I'm going to go through the song list and explain where my mind was with writing each one. Because I feel like that'd be fun. Maybe. Nobody would agree with me on that. That's one of those, like, I think it sounds fun, but nobody else would agree. But since it's my stream, that's what I guess I'm going to do. Now it's time to get... Yeah, so when I stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I do music production in Acid Studio, and I, like, share the screen, etc., like, all the tech stuff. If I stream on Mondays, I use it as, like, a live rehearsal for the show that I'm going to do on Monday nights. And then when I stream on Fridays for Femboy Friday, it's literally just me being a femboy. Whatever that means. Femboy culture. The Femboy Collective. The Catboy Collective. That type of thing. Yay, that's good. But welcome anyway. Thank you for stopping by. I usually stream for like 2 hours, sometime around this time frame, uh, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. time frame, because I have it's part of my stage persona. Midnight is when I come alive, so that's why I picked this time frame. I try to make everything relate and like come back to center, you know. I don't I try not to be random with anything. So like even my layout and everything it all has to do with my personality. Cause I'm originally from Shinjuku, so that's why my background is my stream layout is alley in Shinjuku at night. And then the music set background, because that's what I'm mostly doing. It took me a long time to design this before I ever even started going live. Longer than I would like to admit. I had to have someone help me even. So I was going to try to play duality because that's what I was talking about. But then I'm just going to go through each one and talk a little bit about it, except the final one. Okay, it's working. I'm going to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, I I'm gonna go through each one start to finish and talk about it after I play this, just because I want to play this.
I can make decisions cause I want both. Daytime, nighttime, I'm talking all the time. Lust at first sight, kitten get in line. Using pics, sexy text, yeah I'm fine. As for my snap, like I get
I'm gonna go get my phone.
Stay on my pics, begging for attention. So cute they say, yeah I know. So freaky they say, know that too. On their knees, tongue out, looking up. Bent over in the window, fill me up. Always ready to take a load, but are you ready to go down my road? Cause I don't do breakups, I just collect them. On my second now, just waiting for the next one. They all want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in this class, I put you in the right mood. Yeah, it's gay, anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and days come out to play. Say you know how to, but have you met my photo? Just let my sexuality, baby, I got duality. Can make up my mind, no I don't need more time. This time, last time, need someone to decide. Love it, first choice, baby, get inside. Body quit, at your lips, I can't hide. Beg for my touch, like I give you that attention. Stay on my fat, joking, your obsession. So hot they say, yeah I know. So extreme they say, know that too. Over you, looking down, pull it now. Under you, feeling it, do it now. Always ready to make a scene, but are you ready for what this means? Cause I don't do breakups, I just collect them. On my second now, just waiting for the next one. They all want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in this class, I'll put you in the right mood. Yeah, it's gay, anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and days come out to play. So you know I dope, but have you met Makoto? Just like my sexuality, baby, I got duality. I can make decisions cause I want them both. Daytime, nighttime, I'm talking all the time. Can't make up my mind, no I don't need more time. This time, last time, need someone to decide. Say you wanna know what I'm about, want you and you can't get out. Yeah, you wanna know what I'm about, want you and you can't get out. I don't do breakups, I just collect them. On my second now, just waiting for the next one. They all want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in this class, I put you in the right mood. Yeah, it's gay, anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and days come out to play. Say you know how to, but have you met Makoto? Just like my sexuality, baby, I got duality.
Yankonya. Okay, so I got my phone, so I have the song list. Why am I out of breath now? Okay. Got the song list, and now we're gonna go through, play the songs in the order that they're on the album, and discuss it. Make fun of it. I don't really care. Life is too boring if you can't laugh at yourself. Alright. Alright. Switch something on here. I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna go back to here and check something. Alright, so we're gonna start from the beginning with Rule 34. So first of all, I'll tell the story behind the title. So the name of this album is Demon of Shinjuku. I usually have a running theme in my album titles. Like, my debut was Radioactive Dating. It was a double entendre because it had a very like futuristic dystopian post-nuclear vibe. Like, that's the vibe I was going for. And then the double entendre is the whole dating thing. All right. The second one was King of the New World, which, again, going on the post-apocalyptic theme, it was to create a utopian society, a femboy utopian society, which is why the leading track was Neon Dokusaisha, which translates to Neon Dictator. The third one is Existential Decay, and it was my serious one. There was very little Visual K porn rap on that one. It was mostly just heavier thought pieces. It dealt with a lot of heavy stuff because that was when I was coming out of one of the worst times of my mental health. I had a really bad episode I gotta say, from 2015 until late 2018, I went through a really dark time. That's also when I was not on the internet because I was gone for 4 years. So it was during that time, and then when I came back, I had a lot to write about because I was feeling a lot of things, and it's how I wanted to express myself. And at the same time, Existential Decay is the downfall of postmodern society. So that's why it was titled as such. This one, Demon of Shinjuku. I did not come up with the title. My fellow streamer, Cosmically Incognito, inadvertently came up with the title of my album, and I will be crediting them as they should be credited when the album comes out. But he came up with the title, didn't even realize that he had done so, and the moment he used that phrase with me, I was like, damn it, that's gonna be the title of my next album. So at that point in time, I was like, I'm gonna really secure a genre for myself. And that's how because I am a Visual K and rap hip hop crossover artist. I'm combining two things that nobody ever thought could be combined. But, considering Visual K can be any genre, I'm like, why not? Why not? Because it's 50% music, 50% stylization. So if you have the stylization, it can be any genre. It can be any genre. Like, Darren Gray is more metal now. They go Visual K metal. And then like on cafes like Oshade K, sorta J pop, I don't know, and like Hangry and Angry was like VK pop. So it can be any genre. So I combine these two, and then my lyrics are very explicit, so I called it visual K porn rap. That is what I make. Um, a lot of people, they see that, they're like, what, and they don't believe it's real, and I'm like, no, that's real. Like, that is what I make. That is, I have performed at BET. That's what I make. So this album, Securing My Genre, vanity album, just wanted to have fun. Literally, there's nothing serious on here. Lifeless is serious. The rest ain't serious. I keep saying nothing serious, but no, Lifeless is serious. But due to the first line, I don't feel like people would take it seriously, which is funny. And I think that's the best part about what I do, because I love being just a walking, living double entendre in so many ways. Alright, so here we go. Opening with Rule 34. Once again, recommended for me to do this track list by the same person who came up with the album title.
If it exists, there is porn of it. Yeah! Nat, sampai internet. But in that, just a decade later, new put. It was big in the shoes I had, in the shoes, ain't no lie. And that's when I form a lie. When you pray, it's about. That's a tight line of black things you do to our dad. Can't change, that's right. So that can't break, can't hurt. Living doll, Asian fucker. I'm a flip bag of words. Psychotic little bitch boy. I'm a motherfucking nothing. Keep wasting a demon smile. I'm a make it wild. Tiny body, thick class, demonstration with my eye. Let it call it private home. Doesn't mean that make me moan. Cat ears in Yahweh life. Yeah, straight to not say. Can't wait, can't aim. Do it like a big nose, super thug, say golden guy. Living doll.
Yeah.
Bag of words. Psychotic little.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Can't dive, can't stop, let me be myself. Won't break, won't stay, give me the power. Pretty boy, Asian femme, I'm a narcissistic date. Narcissistic young boy, I'm a motherfucking bitch. Goshujin sama arigato. Sex ad? Hell nah. I just thought I'd rule 34 myself before 4chan got the chance to rule 34 me.
Okay, so that was Rule 34 Manic Mix, also known as Hardcore Mix. It's the explicit version of a song that I titled Rule 34. I don't think I really need to go into much depth to explain why I made this one. I literally said it all there. Like, I literally just made it so that I'd be the first one to do it. Because, I mean, going by what Rule 34 is, I'm like, who better to Rule 34 at Chap 13 than at Chap 13 himself? I beat them to it. That was my only thought pattern when I wrote that. I'm just like, I'm gonna do it first because I'm gonna do it best. Moving on to the next one, which is Duality, which I did just play, but I will play it again because I need to do the commentary on it, I guess.
King of Shinjuku, Ikimashou!
I can make decisions cause I want them both. Daytime, nighttime, I'm talking all the time. Lust at first sight, kitten, get in line. Teasing pics, sexy text, yeah, I'm fine. As for my snap, like I give my information. Stay on my pics, begging for attention. So cute they say, yeah I know. So freaky they say, know that too. On their knees, tongue out, looking up. Bent over in the wind, fill me up. Always ready to take a load, but are you ready to go down my road? Cause I don't do breakups, I just collect them. On my second now, just wait for the next one. They all want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in this class, I put you in that mood. Yeah, it's gay anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and days come out to play. Say you're not auto, but have you met Makoto? Just like my sexuality, baby, I got duality. Can make up my mind. I know I don't need no time. This time, last time, someone to decide. Love it, first choice, baby, get inside. Body clips, edgy bits, I can hide. Big boom and touch, like they give you that attention. Stay on my fat, jerking your obsession. So hot they say, yeah I know. So extreme they say, know that too. Over you, looking down, pull it now. Under you, feeling it, do it now. Always ready to make a scene, but are you ready for what this means? Cause I don't do breakups, I just collect them. I'm a third now, just waiting for the next one. They want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in class and put you in the right mood. It's gay anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and days come out to play. Say you're not auto, but have you met Makoto? Just like my sexuality, baby, I got duality. I can make decisions cause I wanna vote. Daytime, nighttime, I'm talking all the time. Can't make up my mind, no I don't need more time. This time, last time, need someone to decide. Say you wanna know what I'm about, want you and you can't get out. Yeah, you wanna know what I'm about, want you and you can't get out. I don't do breakups, I just collect them. I'm a third now, just waiting for the next one. They all want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in the class and put you in the right mood. It's gay anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and days come out to play. Say you know auto, but have you met Makoto? Just like my sexuality, baby, I got duality. So that is duality, and that is my life. That is literally me. Like that everything about that is me. So it is me acknowledging me. It is me making fun of me. It is me being me. It's just, I made that. Like, I wrote those lyrics. I wrote those lyrics on a bus for 8 hours. And by the time I was getting off the bus, I had finished the song. So the chorus came to me like, that's usually how it is for me though. Some part of my song, like when I start the writing process, it just comes to me. So the first part I got was, cause I don't do breakups, I just collect them. On my second now, just waiting for the next one. They all want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in this closet, put you in the right mood. So that's the first part I got. And then I just built everything off of there. Cause that came to me out of nowhere. I was sleep deprived, hypomanic, and I was just like, damn, that's good. Like, I gotta do something with that, because that is good. And whether it is or isn't, like, to be taken seriously, it is me laughing at myself. It is me acknowledging that I have a duality to my personality. And it's like, I mean, what do you expect from the guy that can't make decisions, right? And then that's the first time I ever acknowledged myself publicly as Makoto. So that's another notable factoid about that song. So now we will move on to Break Me, I'll Break You. Play that and describe it. A preface to Break Me, I'll Break You is, it is not for anyone to take it literal. It is not for anyone to get offended by. It is my potential breakup song, and it is inspired by yandere thoughts. And
in the dark of the night when it's 3:30 a.m., I think like this sometimes. But again, it's not to be taken literal because it's creativity. It is self-expression. And some of it I really just... I let my personality go wild to the most extreme for this song. And it's not indicative of who I actually am or what I would actually do. But also, like... who knows, perhaps, maybe. There's a music video for this as well.
You used to be so great, now we're hanging by a thread. More love than lust, it was us until the end. Tell me I'm the one, not deny everything. When you tell me that you wouldn't for the thing you did. So what about your best friend, and your best friend girlfriend, and his girlfriend's best friend? Like a succubus, I'm stronger every time. You break my heart, so I break your life. I told you from day one that I could never really trust. Insisted up and down that I wouldn't love. Show me I was safe just to get what you want. When you show me that you wouldn't, but then you did. So what about your best friend? And your best friend girlfriend? And his girlfriend best friend? Like in you day, I'll come back every time. You break my heart, so I'll break your life. You made me fall as hard as it was. You made me need as good as it was. You made me love as bad as it was. You made me want it all just because. I shouldn't would say I won't do this ever again.
Promise that I'll change and become everything.
Tell you that
That
I
I'll
love and do better next time. Say that I won't fuck up, but you know I did. So I beg for a chance. This will be my last chance. Please give me one more chance. Like a yokai, I'm a blessing and a curse. I break your heart and I break your life. You used to say I'm the one and only everything. But you would love me regardless anything. Tell me obsessive love despite all my fears. When I said I couldn't submit, but then I did. So I fucked you again, and I love you again, and I need you again. Like a yesterday, I've been that bitch, you're mine. You got my heart, so I get your life.
Okay, so the story behind that is I wrote that during the COVID lockdown. So I wrote that back in, I think, 2020? Yeah, sometime in 2020. And it was just, again, it was one of those late night ramblings. It was in my head. The lyrics were in my head, so I wrote them down. And I didn't even think I was going to do anything with them. I thought that was just going to be one for the private collection. It wasn't until I got inspired to create a music video for it that I decided to actually release the song and produce it and all that shit. For the longest time, I just had that one in the vault. Like, it wasn't one that was going to get released. Which is funny considering it was the third song I released last year. But it was originally not supposed to be released. Which is why it got released 3 years after I wrote it. Again, it was just one of those ones that I went to the depths and the extremes of my personality and just let it run wild. I just let it go into the total psycho yandere mode. Totally just, I went there. Like, I went there and I stayed there for a while. And then when I came back from that, I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't release this. Then when I finally released it, I'm like, oh, Yeah, I'm glad I did because I can make an epic video for that. Because I wanted it to have that voyeuristic vibe, and I feel like I did well with that. Like, I wanted it to be like, because again, it's supposed to be like late night thoughts. Like the late night things you think, those intrusive thoughts you never tell anybody about. Well, bitch, I'm telling the world about them. That's why when I say I write about the stuff that most people are uncomfortable thinking about, that's what I mean by that. Like, those are my intrusive thoughts. That is literally all that song is about. It's my intrusive thoughts / potential breakup song / what the fuck are we listening to? Number 4, the next one I'm gonna play Lifeless.
Sucking dick out bad just to pay for the shit. I don't break even, I still owe a bit. Told me I'm nothing, I'd never make it. Talentless sag, only uses to sell it. My beats are lame and I can't sing for shit. Lyrics are vulgar, but my passion is lit. Makeup too heavy, my pants don't fit. Never give up, I put my heart in it. They say life's not fair, but there gotta be more than this. 10 years ago, baby, I was singing songs singing exactly this. So young and hopeful, I just wanna protect that kid. I'm here now, strong and resilient, cause of that kid. They say less is more, but I think more is less. The more I indulge, the satisfaction is less. To be happy isn't built on money and success, but I need that cash to afford happiness. I got a life and my life ain't less. Depressed but well dressed, I love this mess. Do whatever it takes, I'll get there one day. Future's manifesting but doesn't look it today. Keep my head up, don't care what they say. They're in the real stuff without dismay. Always the sum at the end of the day. Stop lying to myself, I'm just faking gay. Ask about this madness, all I gotta say.
I love that one so much.
My way.
Love that so much.
But there gotta be more than this. 10 years ago, baby, I wrote a song addressing this. So wise and mature, I just wanna support that kid. I'm here healing and persevering because of that kid. I hear less is more, but I say more is less. The more we regret, the motivation is less. To be happy isn't built on fame and success, but I need that attention to have happiness. You got a life and that life ain't less. Stressed and depressed, I love our mess. Put my emotions and soul in this shit. Left everything behind to pursue it. You saved my life, I hope you realize it. Loved and free, that's my authentic shit. Passion for music with a message in it. I don't need a lot, but I need a hit. Work hard to keep my body fit. One day I'll look back and say, I fucking made it. They say that's life, but I know there's more than this. 10 years ago, that boy believed in all of this. So dedicated, brave, I love that kid. We'll be here thriving because of that kid. Less is more and more is less. Give and take on my doubts are less. I'll get my thing, you'll get your success. Together forever, this our happiness. We have our life, we won't accept less. We're here every day and love our mess. Okay, so first to answer the question, have I thought of my emotes? Yes, I have. I want to do like a chibi anime version of myself. So like, clearly I want it to have the red hair because I'm going back to red soon. I'm only doing this Yankee style for a little while, but after that I'm going back to the red because, let's be honest, I am red. I am red. So I will go back to the red for after I do this for a while. But yeah, my emotes, I want to do like a chibi version of myself with like the copper hair and the gray eyes. So that's what I want, because I always think like the little chibi, I've seen those before on different things. Like back, I used to see them on like live journal blogs and stuff, like the little chibi emotes. So I want to do something like that. I liked that then, and I like it now still. So that's what I've been thinking about with that. Honestly, I could probably make them myself, but I have so many things going on and so much work that I'm doing. I would rather commission it because, like, I did my Rule 34 album artwork, and I'm actually working on doing a Rule 34 video in that art style, which will take me a super long time to do,
because I've not been like, I have had some professional training on like video production and shit, but I haven't like had a lot of training, so most of my stuff is self-taught. So I am working on that, but yeah, I will definitely be commissioning my emotes. Alright, so Lifeless. Lifeless is me. It's my life. It is a true story. From start to finish. I'd say circa, it began like, with the storyline, it probably began from 2011 onward. Because I started making music in 2011, and I would say that Lifeless stream goes from like, Lifeless documents from 2013 to 2023, 22. 22 is when I wrote it, so I'll say that. 9 years. Actually, 2012. 2012 to 2022. So it documents 10-year lifespan of me. 10 years of my life. I don't fucking know. Words don't matter. I'm gonna give the Saki response on that one. English fucking doesn't matter. So, Lifeless is my life. A decade worth of my life. It's a timeline. And yeah, the first line of it is uncomfortable, I guess, for listeners, which is why I censor the fuck out of it usually, and I say, instead of the actual first line, I say, doing what I can instead, because people are still weird about sex work, and it's like, but it's literally documenting my life from like 2012 to 2022. Like, calm down. I'm not saying I'm doing it now. I'm saying that was a chapter in my life. I'm not saying I continued to do it for the entire span. Calm down. But yeah, Lifeless is just, it's the most real and raw and authentic I've ever been, with the exception of Fukachi. And considering that Fukachi is half in Japanese, I feel like a lot of the controversial parts of it goes unnoticed by the majority of my listeners, because the majority of my listeners surprisingly don't know Japanese. It's like, oh, this is words that sounds cool. Okay, sure. Or they just look at my shit because it's like, ooh, half-naked femboy, yay. I honestly feel that that's like what 75% of my audience is. Especially considering a lot of my audience is like middle-aged men. Like, yeah, that's why. It makes me feel good, though, when I see that, like, 15% is, like, non-binary / genderqueer / third gender people, identifying people. So that makes me feel good. I'm like, well, at least my purpose of reaching someone that doesn't have anyone to feel recognized by, at least that might be working a little bit. Otherwise, I got a bunch of, like, old-ass men listening to my shit just because it's a half-naked Asian femboy. Yay! That is what I'm going for, though, because if that's the only way I can get there, then I will take it. Alright, next one is going in a different direction. Let me make sure I got the right one. Okay, Yoasa. This is a song I wrote 15 years ago. Yes, I wrote this 15 years ago, and I finally actually released it. することにしなってただのウェイを移動してあわよはさ待つよさ一人でないか僕はないよ一人でないか僕はないよ愛を必要としないでなぜは君がたい青よはそれを感じるよ待つよ探しない青よはそよさいやわかるんでも僕は目を感覚ここに保つ俺はそうよさからがしないよあの虫をだわすね権力がない後悔することにしなって他の上を移動して俺はそう待つよさ鳥でないが僕はないよ鳥でないが僕はないよ愛を必要としないでなぜは君がたい俺はそれを感じるよ待つよ探しないよOkay, I guess I gotta be a little more quiet, but okay. So Yuasa is the meaning behind that is the translation of Yuasa means weakness. The reason I wrote this song was I went through a rough time in my life because someone that I cared about a lot back when I was a teenager, we decided that it was best for us to just go our separate ways for the time being. Fast forward all these years later, we are still very close in a different way. Like, I consider the person like family. However, at that time, it crushed me and it made me realize something within inside myself that being alone was my strength, but I was forever going to chase after my weakness. And what I mean by that is I am the type of person I can't be alone. I cannot be alone. Like, even to the sense, and what I mean by that, I'm not saying that I can't be alone, like, in public. I'm meaning I can't be alone. And again, what I mean by that is if I am by myself in private without anyone else to either talk to, call, message, etc., it destroys me. It literally destroys me. And so I always go out. The reason I go out a lot is just because I don't like to be alone. And even if I'm going out by myself, I'm still not alone because there's people around. So, like, even if I just go for a walk down the fucking street, like, that's fine. That's enough. I'm not saying I have to always be, like, with friends or, like, with a partner or something. No, I'm saying that I just have to be in a public setting where there is the chance that there is other people because I can't turn off my mind. And I recognized that 15 years ago, and that's why I wrote this song. It's literally like I'm recognizing that sometimes being alone is a good thing. Sometimes just being to yourself is a good thing. And honestly, my own strength, the strongest part of myself is when I am by myself. Because that's when I have to do the hard look. I have to do the hard look at me. I have to actually look at me. I can't ignore it anymore. And in order to see that and acknowledge that, that is my greatest strength. But instead, I pursue a life where I choose my weakness instead. And my weakness is always having to have someone around all the time, no matter what. And I never can listen to myself. And follow up on that when I released Focacci, that it was sort of the same thing in the sense that I said I must silence my own thoughts. So I have shit's about to get real for a second, and I usually like to keep it pretty lighthearted, so this is only going to be like maybe a minute of time that I talk about this, but it's like, so in my mind, it's like I can't stand the idea of actually listening to what I'm really feeling. Like, you can tell my demeanor just got awkward there, even just talking about this. I can't handle the idea of having to face me. Because it took me a long time to be able to live with me, if that makes any sense at all, and if you get what I'm saying. I don't know, I'm just talking in circles at this point, but Yawasa is basically saying that. So, like, Iwa Yawasa, Long Matsuyosa is love is weakness and lone is strength. So, for me, what that personally means is that I chase after things in pursuit of happiness and feeling confirmed. I chase after affirmation from other people. And so the only time I feel valid is when I'm with someone else. Whereas it's quite the opposite, because I am a very powerful entity standing solo. And I recognize that, but at the same time, I still choose my weakness. I still choose. But I think I've reached a point in my life evolution that I can at least acknowledge it and separate it from what's best for me. So, what I mean by that is, I've reached a point in my life where I'm content with being alone in a crowd. I still can't be entirely alone, but I have reached the point where I can be alone as long as there's people around, which is so much of an evolution from where I was 10 years ago, because 10 years ago, trigger warning, I was on a path of self-destruction because I felt like I was alone. And so that's why I never released this song until I was able to recognize how unhealthy it is. It took me until I was able to dissect the lyrics and analyze them, psychoanalyze myself, before I could actually release this shit. And so that is what Yawasa is, and that's why it's so random on this album, because everything else is so lighthearted, like I said, Lifeless is a little heavy because it's my life story, but it's still done in a more upbeat way. And it has a positive ending. Whereas, like, Yuasa does not have a positive ending. Yuasa does not have a positive ending because the ending is literally, I recognize that being alone is my strength, but I still choose my weakness. So it's some heavy shit, and it doesn't go with the rest of the theme of the album, but I needed to put it on there for that exact reason. I always throw a curveball on there. I always throw one on there that doesn't match with the rest. Like I said earlier, like, Existential Decay, super serious, right? Still put Pond on there. So I always throw one that's opposite to the rest. Okay, this got really dark really fast, so I'm gonna move on to something a lot happier. This one's a fun one. Femboy World. And this one, we're gonna do this one next. Because I put myself in the feels for a sec there, and I'm like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Take me away. Bring me back to Visual K porn rap. That's a sentence.
Let's go. Little bit weed, little bit rum. For me, the good time got everybody love. I fuck with everybody, ain't no crime. Sit back, chillax, just having a good time. Can you fork on your dime? I give a nobody till this time. Ain't no mileage on this. I preserve myself. Top shelf from the left to right one. Ain't get the right one, friend. Now let me in. I'm a legend, I'm a prize. Look into my eyes, saying it's lies. Get between these thighs. Alright. Try beat your bang, cannon eye. Brought you cannot hide. Everyone tries. Suck it till you die. Inside. I let you get inside if you don't hide it. Been in that closet, not going back in it. I play with anybody out in pride. If you like boys like me, just say it loud. Kids about to like in mine. I lust for nobody till this time. Ain't no dirt on this. I keep myself clean, pristine, but I wanna be a bitch. You like that bitch, and then we'll switch. On a catch, I'm your match, never looking back, saying that's why I get between the sack. Tonight, here's your could get some. This boy
Can be calm. Anyone's son. Fuck it till you come alive. Bit of liner, whole lot of leather. And even Femboy slap everyone after. Cause on everybody, that's the game. Sit back, enjoy, you'll remember this name. Planning our future cause you're mine. I love nobody till this time. Right to this, I keep myself real for real. Only let the right one in. You're the right one. Find out let me in.
I'm the best.
But she got me undressed on the so right. I'm everybody's type. And I play to stay, no hit and quit. Got you hooked on it, be yours for life. I'm your boy wife. That's right.
No, it's okay. What was it? I'm just more curious, right?
So that one, I came home. Okay, so I perform on Monday nights it's like, the show goes from midnight, so technically it's Tuesday morning, midnight to 3 a.m. I'm usually on around 1 to 1:30, somewhere in there, typically. Sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. I get home about 5:30 a.m. That night, someone got me an Uber, so I got back at like 4:30 a.m., came in, drunk as fuck, wrote these lyrics. Next morning, I woke up and read this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? But then I realized, I'm like, you know what? I can do something with this. This was inspired. Like, this is meaningful. I like this. And I wrote it, I think, in May. And then I recorded it in June. And then I mixed and mastered it literally the last day that I was going to release it. So I wanted to release it during Pride Month, and I waited until June 30th to actually finish it. So on June 30th, I got up at 8 a.m. I worked for 16 hours, damn near. I released this thing at 11:30 p.m. on June 30th, just so I could say I released that fucking shit during Pride Month. Dedication. But I recorded it when I was drunk as shit as well. So that's why it sounds a little bit different than my other songs. Well, I mean, I was drunk as fuck with Duality as well. But with Duality, I drank rum. With Femboy World, I don't even fucking know what I drank. So I don't even remember recording it. I don't remember none of that. I just remember the next day when I was editing it, I was like, what the fuck? Why do I sound like that? That does not even sound like me. But again, I was just having fun with it. But it's true, though. Like, a lot of the lines in there, that's true. That's how I am. That is how I am. I am not... I'm not a one and done type. Want me to be obnoxious? I can be obnoxious. Well, like, even in duality, I'm like, once you're in, you can't get out. It's like forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Yay! Doesn't that sound fun? Now I really sound like a psycho stalker. Maybe I should quit. Nah, I'm gonna keep going. Next one. Okay, so the next song, Cancelled, is not out yet. I haven't even written the fucking shit yet. Because I just did a last minute switch. It was originally supposed to be a song that's called Kawada Ningyo, Broken Doll. I was supposed to put that on the album, but then I'm like, it doesn't go with the theme, so even though also doesn't go with the theme, I explained I always throw one in there that's different, but Kawada Ningyo going on the EP with the 13th song and Bishonen and the other thing that I'm working on, there'll be 6 songs on there. Anyway, to the next one. The next one is Rule 34, the Kawaii mix. That isn't going to take much explanation because it's literally the same thing, but just officially it's the Kawaii mix. Colloquially, it's the softcore mix.
If it exists, there is porn of it.
Yeah!
Nè, senpai, kita nè. Sunday night, just a
Decade later, new input. Hair's big and shoes are high. King shoes, you ain't no lie. The night is spent for my life. Only the brave will survive. Pants are tight and mine is black. King of Shinjuku all the time. Chain can change at your flying solo. Can't break, can't. What they don't know.
Living doll,
Asian cooking. I'm just
Femboy,
we're wet.
Kawaii
Little Joe, so I'm at a good old nightmare. You notice the change?
What you wild,
Anybody's big surprise, see not straight and look in my eyes. Leather collar, belly on, doesn't mean cat make me moan. Cat is in your life, and not straight trap wife.
Can't wait,
Can't tame, do it like in hentai. Big nerve, super pope, stay golden guy.
Living doll,
Asian okay, I'm a system with wet
Kawaii
Little Joe, so I'm at a good nightmare.
Eti boy kawaii
Kau sana hega kokomo koye masa no natalala and so the kan hakishine motsa sex at good okay that oh them stay
can't
stop let me be a master
won't
break
break,
won't fake give me all the power
pretty boy
Asian femdom I'm a masochistic daydream narcissistic Yowie boy I'm a living legend okay go sushi sama arigato.
Sexy. Hell nah. I just thought I'd rule 34 myself before 4chan got the chance to rule 34 me.
And it goes without saying, the reason I made this one is because I understand that the Manic Mix says some stuff. I realize that some of my audience might not be comfortable with hearing things like faggot and whatever, so I made this mix to cater to all of them. That's literally the only reason I did it. It's the safe version. When I don't know my audience, I'll go with this version. When I know my audience, I'll go with the Manic Mix. Also, you know, the whole I'm your motherfucking nightmare. I understand that comes across very, very strongly. So I'm like, okay, I'll just change it, soften it a little bit. So I just changed some of the words to Japanese words. It made it better. It made it better. As if Edo Goro is any better. It's not, it's worse. It's fucking worse. But you know. The weebs don't know. Actually, they probably do. It's the normies that don't know. Shh. Okay, the next one. Infamous. I don't even know where to begin with this one. I kind of want to just hold past that one and play the rest and then double back. No, let's just stop it right now and not talk anymore. Let's just end the stream now. Oh, God. Okay, Infamous. I literally just trolling. I be trolling with this one. I just trolling. I wrote this shit in like 5 minutes. Not really, but it was like 10 minutes. I wrote it in 20 minutes at Panera Bread while waiting on my food. No, legit, that's what I did. Again, don't take me seriously all the time. I troll myself. You know, like, I troll my fucking self. But yeah, okay, so Infamous. It is literally a self-trolling. Wrote it in 20 minutes. Legit. Like, I'll say wrote it in 5 minutes, but I literally wrote it in 20 minutes. At 20 minutes max. Well, one of the lines in there was given to me by someone else, and I want to credit them. I probably will in the final version. I will credit them because I feel like shit if I don't credit someone. Even though we kind of came up with it together, and I don't think they even remember that they came up with this line. But since they came up with the line, I feel I need to credit them, which I will do. But I had that line for the long ass time. I was like, what am I going to do with this? I don't know. This is a great line for my genre, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then finally, I'm just like, fuck it. We'll make a trolling song. And so that's what Infamous is.
No, I'm gonna go.
I was chilling, never felt free. Seeing couples come and stay and walk inside of me. Out alone every night, convince myself everything's alright. I was gone, doing shit to fill a void, building bonds with something I could avoid. These habits gon' catch me, the consequences ain't something I foresee. I was there, I guess that's all it take. Being realness, this shit ain't love if it's fake. You're pretty cute for a trap. Why you gotta walk up in my life like that? Ain't swinging with the side of right. Stick so good, got my pussy on ice. Tell me all the things you wanna do, then I'll say that's the talk about you. They tell me I should stay away, but baby that just made me wanna stay. Say I should reject these advances, for my life is dangerous. I should reconsider my stances, reputation is heinous. Fuck that, I'll take my chances. Without fame, you can't spell Infamous. Got me hurt, never felt this. Seeing others got me knowing I wanna be his. Spending time together, ain't saying it's gonna last forever. This a war, bitch. I decayed while I walked in here. Never mind, he warned me what I'm getting into. Tell me from the start how he's in a war. All I care about is how he made my pussy sore. I'm here, that's all I care about. One closeness, ain't just fucking for the clout. Hanging together every day, why you gotta make me feel this way? Eight inch swing with a side of rice. Stick so good, got my pussy on ice. Tell me all the things you wanna do, then I'll say my nasty thoughts about you. They tell me I should stay away, but baby that just made me wanna stay. Say I should reject these advances. For my life you're dangerous. I should reconsider my stances. Reputation is heinous. Fuck that, I'll take my chances. Without fame, you can't spell Infamous. Said you got an enemy? Fuck the enemy. I know you're into me. Come get into me. People wanted me about you. You told me all about you. Made an informed decision. I can make decisions. As you told me there's better options, fuck the other options. You made me feel alive and dare to get inside. I'm happy with you. And we take pictures. Enemy points are moot. Even my friends think we're cute. I'm known We're gonna be intimate. I know we're intimate. I'm gonna be. I know you're being nice. We're gonna be intimate. I know you're being intimate. I'm gonna be intimate. I know you're being intimate. We're gonna be. I know be.
Yeah, so that was just my self-trolling song. I wrote that in 20 minutes at Panera Bread. And I recorded it live on here. So yeah, and I produced it live on here, past streams. So yeah, it's just fun. It's me self-trolling. It's at Jap13 trolling at Jap13. Next, Ode to the Haters. Now this is the shit I can't ever perform unless it's at my own fucking show. Cause shit gets real in this one. Even though it's all in fun. But people don't get it. If you're of the majority demographic in this country, you won't get it. But everybody else, you got me on this. Especially if you're a femboy. Especially if you're an Asian femboy.
Shout out to all you losers on that side. You bitches that call me Treddy. You heard me right. There's an ode to you haters. I never lost a fight. Sit back, haters. Stroke your dick to this rainbow tonight. Post a vid to my OnlyFans as I trans fucking up your plans. Got my name and all your topics. Get the clicks, suck the dicks. Scandal leak the magazine. I cook the thing, got a fuck machine. All those bitches much as jelly. They're so petty, they ain't fucking me. Got a message from a dude saying fuck me, I'm white. Got a comment on the news saying oh you tonight. A lot of this emotional, I tell you straight facts. I'll never be a boy when you call me a fag. Drool for a guy, hold up, just wait. You wanna come inside, dude, you ain't straight. Stop a looking cute as fuck, try to love, you always be a cup. Got my pistol on my nine, I'm a cat, could you find? With my pistol on the internet, filthy bag, you not ready, yeah. All you bitches met just thirsty, you so happy you ain't fucking me. Just float with this dude when he says something like dick. It's a flirty and lewd on your dreams, but drool for this has some more to make you feel small. I'll never be a boy, my dick is too small. You drink and do it, dude, it's okay to be gay. In the mood, that's a little gay. Repeat after me. Drops a gay every day. Drops a gay every way. Drops a gay every day. Drops a that's true, by the way. Every way. Drops a gay every day. Drops a gay every way. Doesn't matter if you look like a shaky and a nice guy. If you want to drop dick, gotta acknowledge it. See? Wasn't that easy? No, see what you can offer. Nah, just kidding. Go back to 4chan, loser. I did it for the lols. All I gotta say is for someone as desperately insecure as myself, I sure gassed myself up a lot. But it's split though, like I'm insecure about everyone else's perception of me, but I'm very confident in my own perception of me. Or I just have a split personality. Whichever way. Whichever works. I do black out and don't remember things I've said. I do. Like when I'm not drunk. Like before I ever drank in my life. Back when I was straight edge and sober for a long ass time, I still had these blackout moments where I did not remember what I said. And people would say, do you realize what you just said? And I'm like, Kore nani? Nande yo? Dostan desu ka? Zenbu wakaran. Zakanai. Zakannai yo. Damane.
and I didn't listen. Because I don't listen unless I want to listen, you know? But I'm beginning to recognize that maybe there is something else going on with me, and that's why I don't remember things I say or do. But anyway, Ode to the Haters. The one song that I feel I will never perform live unless it's my own actual show. Like, I'm talking people are paying for this shit. Like, if people are paying to be in my audience, then I can perform this. Until then, this one's just for the online streaming. You can subject yourself if you want to. I am not going to subject you. Next one is... Okay, that's the end. That's the end of the album, vocal-wise. But I got 2 instrumentals I'm going to play. Because in the vein of my greatest inspiration, Nishikawa Takanori, who would always add an instrumental or 2 on his albums, I decided to do the same thing. And so this one is Kabuki Nights. I composed this and produced it. Yeah. This is more acoustic than my, usual stuff. And I wanted that on purpose. I wanted it to feel, raw and authentic. I'm setting up a vibe. You are naked. How did that? Okay, so that was literally just me creating a feeling, creating a mood, creating a vibe. And now the next one is Shinjuku Dreamscape. Again, I composed this. Okay, so that was Shinjuku Dreamscape. I composed that, I think, in 2016. It was during my hiatus. So those two songs, I composed those during my hiatus from music and from the internet. So when I disappeared for 4 years, I was actually working on a lot of other stuff that most of it didn't end up becoming a thing. But these two songs I composed instrumentals. Um, I decided to put them at the end of this album because I felt it was the best album to put them on due to the graphic nature of the album. I had to have something to bring it back to center and make it more artistically. I don't know. The fact that I make Visual K porn rap is controversial enough. I need to put some real music on there, you know what I mean? So that's what I did. That's why I put those on there. Oh, that's why I'm gonna put those on there. yeah, I'm gonna end this in like 8 minutes. I always do well, not always, but I typically do 2 hours. Sometimes I do 3 hours. Sometimes I do an hour and a half. It just really depends on my mood. But tonight it's looking like 2 hours. It's gonna be good because I reviewed the entire album, and now my final review is. This is the one that I feel really solidifies me as an artist. I have gotten more opportunities from the songs on this than I ever did all the fucking serious, deep, meaningful shit that I ever released. Nobody gives a fuck about that. All you gotta do is have sex appeal. That's it. That's all people care about, honestly. Sex and violence. That's all you gotta have. So, this is me catering to that. But also, it's me being me, and this is, like, who I am. Although, I am, like, the most walking contradiction ever, because I describe myself as a hypersexual demisexual. What the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what the fuck that means. So, you can come to your own conclusions. But this is the shit that I'm releasing as soon as I get it professionally mastered. Which I gotta finish. I got one more song to do for it. But I'm almost there. My original plan was to release it all last year, but I'm like, nah, I'll release it this year. And then the EP will be next year. And the compilation will be, the self-cover compilation will be sometime between this year and next year. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. I am wearing more clothes on this stream than I ever wear during my streams. I usually have like a fishnet shirt on, or one night I didn't even have a shirt on. I was just like, fuck it, and put my, I have this like zip up sweater vest shit. I don't fucking know. I put that on one night, and I'm pretty sure everyone thought it was a dress. And I was like, no, this is actually a jacket, but that's all I got on. So yeah, that is the stream for tonight. Make sure to download and stream Infamous. I just released it on New Year's Day 2024. Technically New Year's Eve, but who really gives a shit about that? It didn't go live until New Year's Day. That was my first release of the year. I will be performing at 312 Awards. When it gets closer, I'll I'll make all the necessary announcements, but I think it's like a $20 entry fee. Yeah, it's a $20 entry fee. I will be working on another music video in the near future. This one, I'm collaborating with other creatives, so it'll take a little longer to put out than Break Me, I'll Break You did. To end my stream, I'm going to play Break Me, I'll Break You because I'm so fucking proud of this video. Like, when I first started filming that day, I'm like, I'm never gonna make this shit come together. And then it ended up coming together, and I'm like, damn. I should also, play one of my shows. That'd be fun, right? Okay, so I'll end with playing the music video, and then I will play one of my most recent live performance, which was on New Year's Day as well. I gotta find it. Wait, where's the video? I don't know what's happening. Why can I not find this? Huh? Am I like in the wrong place? Am I looking in? Oh yeah, I'm looking in the wrong place. Listen. I don't know what's happening. Mondale. I love how I've used half of a terabyte of storage. Like, how the fuck do I have that much shit? Wake Me Up, Wake You official music video.
You used to be so great, now we're hanging by a thread. More love than last, it was us until the end. Tell me I'm the one, not deny everything. When you tell me that you wouldn't, but the thing you did. So I thought your best friend, and your best friend girlfriend, and his girlfriend's best friend. Like a succubus, I'm stronger every time. You break my heart, so I break your life. I told you from day one that I could never trust. Insisted up and down that I wouldn't love. Show me I was safe just to get what you want. When you showed me that you wouldn't, but then you did. So what about your best friend? And your best friend girlfriend? And his girlfriend best friend? Like a you day, I'll come back every time. You break my heart, so I'll break your life. You made me fall as hard as it was. You made me need as good as it was. You made me love as bad as it was. You made me want it all just because. I shouldn't would say I won't do this ever again. Promise I'll change and become everything. Tell you that I love and do better next time. Could say that I won't fuck up, but you know I did. So I beg for a chance. This will be my last chance. Please give me one more chance. Like a yoga, I'm a blessing and a curse. I break your heart and I break your life. You used to say I'm the one and only everything. That you would love me regardless anything. Tell me obsessive love despite all my fears. When I said I couldn't submit, but then I did. So I fucked you again, and I love you again, and I need you again. Like a yesterday, I'll be like, bitch, you're mine. You got my heart, so I get your life.
So this was my music video. We don't need to go through the end credits, do we? And now, the next thing I'm going to play is my most recent show that I did on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024. Man, does that sound weird to say. Where would we be? I think this one. I partied so hard during New Year's weekend that I forgot my lyrics, so I'm reading them. feel alive. Am I right? This is what I'm fighting for. Oblivious people. Ain't gonna watch something in your mind. Go big, go hard, go fast, anything forward, not. Place anything for explanation of projection. Project all things, no revelation, go in destruction. Fair now, it's destruction, not yet annihilation. Just look down, fair to choose, what makes all emotion. This is Soviet dream for me, and judgment. It's a Soviet nightmare. How long? Next. Chasing the rush like the first time, not yet. Far from a stranger, it must be a sign. As you know yourself, that things won't make you fall. You only live once. But then I live it all. Just wanna be known as something. Just wanna be famous. Waiting. Just wanna be remembered. Everyone forgot me. This is what you're dying for. Just wanna be accepted. We're always cool. Just wanna be respected. Yeah. Just wanna be happy. Everyone deserves it. Just wanna feel alive. Am I right? This is what I'm fighting for. Will this make me go viral? Want to be validated and evaluated, want to pay it, nameless, but we forgotten, it's gonna feel hated, irritated. This is what you're dying for. You want to be equal, sequel, you want to be accepted, second, it's gonna be nothing, not everything. It's gonna die live, survive, and thrive. This is what I'm fighting for. This is what I'm dying for. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we're living for. This is what I'm fighting for. This is what I'm dying for. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we're living for. Let's try. Thank you. Happy birthday, America. Happy New Year. Okay, so that was my show on New Year's Day. Alright, so I'm going to end this here. I've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes. I have to go do other things now. Follow me everywhere. It is at Jep13 on everything. And I will be live again probably Monday for a rehearsal if I go perform. If not, I'll just be live just for the lulz. And until next time, stay unique. And at Jep13, out.